Good morning, everyone. Ryan from Apex here, your host for the day. I have my trusty sidekick, Jimmy Paschke, here as well. Say hi, Jimmy.
And I have my sidekick, Vince.
We all
Hi,
have our
everybody.
sidekicks. Anyways, thanks for joining on this morning, everybody. This will be brief. This is a walkthrough of the interface for the new Apex Cinema Hub. So as some of you are aware, we launched this at CEDIA a few weeks ago, and we've had a lot of interest and a lot of inquiries. So very excited to take people through it and explain what it is. On the short, what we have here is an HTML5 based control platform for the one special room in the house, the room where people enjoy and watch movies. So just to be clear, this is a control system. This is not a media player or anything like that. We're not taking over distribution of content. We are controlling content, and we have a couple very unique things up our sleeve here. So first and foremost, I said and explained this is an HTML5 based platform. That is exactly what you're looking at here on screen. And that means it's a fully web compliant system. So it can run on any device. So as I change the size of my window here, hopefully everybody can see that changing. It will dynamically change based on the device that you're using. So that's just an example. I'm running in my Chrome window right now. So I am sitting in our Atlanta office, but if you notice the URL up top here, I'm actually connecting to the device through our remote tunnel system, which is quite neat. I can also do it locally, but I'm showing you here a remote connection. So I imagine as if I'm controlling this from a different location. So that's quite handy. So this ships as a Apex Hub, which is our own server grade device, runs ECC RAM, and we run our full control system backend on this, and we have full IP control over pretty much so far everything that we've run across. That includes most consumer sources, but then also the mic drop at the show was our DCI server integration, and we'll get into that. So the objective is I'll take you through the UI here. I'll show you the back end as well, and then answer any questions anybody might have. So again, this is a BYOD solution, so meaning bring your own device. So that means computer, phone, any tablet, you name it. Even we were showing this running on Crestron TS1070 or 1080, same thing, just PoE or not. So Crestron touch panels at the show. Those are natively support HTML5. So we were showing it there, which was quite surprising to many folks. So this is our home screen, and what we have is a display of sources or content from various sources, and we can choose what we want to show here. The first thing, and if you happen to see, and maybe you could pin, there's a black window with my name on it. Should be somewhere. And that is our actual cinema here in Atlanta. So that's my phone sitting there in the pitch black. So let me turn the lights on in there. So we have full lighting integration with ProtoPixel and Lutron Leap. So you can just see the lights turned on in the theater. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to fire up Apple TV. So the system is completely off at the moment. And what you'll notice is we have direct app access. So if I click YouTube here, the system just turned on, and you can see our screen changed. We have D-pad control on the right, the basic stuff, and we still leave our direct app launch access here in the middle. So take just a second. We have a Barco Bragi projector with a full Meridian surround system. It's actually a very nice room. We love it very much, with full ProtoPixel SPI lighting, which is a lot of fun. So just gotta wait a second for the projector to turn on. There we are. So there's YouTube. And then you can see I'll just navigate here. And then we can navigate our YouTube stuff. Yay, fun, right? Nice and easy. We oftentimes play these trippy. Oops, Zaxby's ad. Sorry, everybody. I'm not on my premium personal account. But there's YouTube. We also have YouTube TV. You can see how quick this launches. Paramount, Disney Plus, Apple Plus. So this is really refreshing. I think most people are quite surprised at how nice this is to navigate, because you're not having to do what we would always do and hit home, navigate over to YouTube, and then hit go, right? So in this case, I can just hit again, YouTube TV, and there we are. And then that's my personal YouTube TV account, which is fun. So that is Apple TV. The system responds exactly the same for any streaming device, meaning Fire TV and Roku. So same story, direct app access. So I can just hit Prime, and whenever that decides to wake up, you will see Prime on, there we are, on the display. For movies, this is where it gets exciting. So you can see the masking on the screen open up because we default to scope content. So this is a Bragi scope with one of our screens, DT screens. And what you'll see here is the first mic drop, which is our native, very deep Kaleidoscape integration. So as you can see, I'm browsing my content, all my Kaleidoscape content here directly on my tablet. This is, I think, a game changer for Kaleidoscape. So if I just want to jump into Jimmy's favorite movie here, Super Troopers 2, we can just hit resume. And as you see on that screen, off it goes. So we don't have to do all the clicking, click, 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 click down through the Kaleidoscape UI to make our content play, which is absolutely amazing. And I'm a little bummed why we don't have the scenes broken down in Super Troopers, so I could play our favorite scene with the Mounties. But again, I know, Star is Born. There we go. One of our favorite demo movies. Everybody loves. What is it? Which one is it? I don't even know. I won't do it. But you can see I just clicked that scene. I don't know what the heck I clicked, but you'll see it jumps right into that scene. So not only is this people who are very excited about movies and content and having access to this, I think for any of us who work in the business and have showrooms, for me, this has been a game changer here in Atlanta because I can be scrolling to, you'll see the film is playing, I can be scrolling to my next demo because I like to do things dynamically rather than just do a script because I like to talk to people during pausing. From here, I can just click the audition in F1. And if you haven't seen this movie, it was actually pretty awesome. As a diehard F1 fan, I thought I saw myself I was at the race in Silverstone when they were filming this. I was like, oh, there I go for a split second, but really cool movie. And again, you could see just very quick, very easy. Obviously we have all the standard stuff here, menu covers, exit, just standard K-scape control, slider control, and then the scene control natively. And obviously we're giving you details and information on the movie right on your display. And then again, you can see I'm just going to go back to movies. And then if I change this, you can see how it just changed. So this would be emulating a phone, for example, like an iPhone. And from there, menu, movies, I can hit the down and we can still scroll through all the movies on our phone, which is quite nice. I'm just going to mute that. From there, we have first run. And sadly, I'm not a baller. I don't work in the business. Maybe with this I can get a pass, but I don't have a DCI server. But this would be showing you our DCI server integration. And what we do with DCI is we make it look and feel exactly like that Kaleidoscape experience. So if I did have a first run server here and we support the standard servers, so Barco Alchemy, QMS, GTD, and the Dolby IMS 3000. So that's pretty much the majority of what we see residentially. This would then, what this does is we speak natively to the server IP and we pull in, and we don't ingest the content, but we pull in the DCP keys. So we pull in the information about the content. From there, we then download very high resolution cover art and we show the key information, meaning we'll show you when the content is available to play and when the content expires. That is really slick because anybody who has used DCI servers in the past, you would know you have one of two ways of using them, which is navigating through the server's own interface, web UI usually, which is pretty clunky because they're designed for commercial cinema, or you would integrate with a Crestron Simple system, which by itself is okay, not great. It's text-based, so it's still not an elegant solution for our wealthy clients who want an easy experience for this level of content. So what we have done again is make the first run content look and feel and behave exactly like the Kaleidoscape experience. And if I did have a server, it would show up on our home screen as well. So I could just launch and play the movie from a dead state. One thing I will add on our server integration is we do have transport control. So play, pause, stop, and resume. So we could actually pause the movie, go away for the evening, come back the next day, and resume the content. That is not possible anywhere else that we have heard. So quite exciting, really powerful for DCI content. And from there, we also did decide to integrate a few other things because we're crafty. So I did show you very quickly, we have lighting integration. So this is full lighting for Lutron Leap integration and for Protopixel because we love that in our cinemas. We have HVAC integration. So this will work with, in our case, we're actually using Crestron here. So we're using Crestron thermostats with a separate Crestron processor so we can talk to that natively. But we also support various IP-based HVAC solutions. We do have masking and audio control. So this can control both screens and also video processors like Lumagen or MadVR. And then we do have support, if clients want to build in surround format options, which is, I feel, something to not do personally, but there are clients who ask for it. So if we wanted, I hate to say it, but like treble up, treble down, bass, whatever, or different DSP profiles. If a client wants that, we can put that right there. So it's very easy to get to. From there, we have settings. And in our particular theater, this could be various things, but what we see the opportunity for this is power management. So little shameless plug for our power team here. And we can give clients, so in our system, this was just to show to reboot power supplies for our lighting. But really the reality is that would be used for reboot Apple TV, reboot Comcast Xfinity or whatever. So it's really these sources that seem to give us the most trouble. Obviously putting all of this on one of our online UPSs is just best practice because at the end of the day, this is a server computer, right? So we want to have it stable and up and operational all the time. So that's the thing. We do have music integration as well. So this is something that I was surprised to hear people were very interested in at the show. So originally we actually had, yesterday I was doing this, we had this turned off and I just turned it back on and people are like, oh, wow, that's amazing. This is really cool. So this is talking natively to our Roon server here in the office. And so what I'm going to do here is now show you behind the scenes because the other mic drop is for all of our lovely technicians and people who make all this possible is, you guessed it, HTML5 based web setup. So what you're looking at here is a little more elaborate than what you will get with the Apex Cinema Hub. You can see things like cameras and lighting. This is our full suite, but we do this condensed just for cinema. And what you'll see is we have rooms. So what's nice is one Cinema Hub can drive more than one room. And I do think there's some value in that for we've done a handful of projects so far where we have the big DCI theater cinema in the home, and then there's a large format DV LED media room, right? That's hanging off the great room or kitchen or something like that. And I could see where this could be exciting there as well. Again, for the simple fast app switching and also the Kaleidoscape experience. So we believe anywhere people will want to enjoy movies, this is a beautiful control platform for. But nevertheless, you can use it obviously just for that single room. But we monitor everything in real time, all the devices. We can see if something's disconnected, but we can change things on the fly. So what you can see, what I can do here is actually here. I'll turn this off, and then if I come back here, you notice, look, the music option is gone completely. So there's no need to push. See, now it's back. My point is we don't have to push updates. Everything happens in real time, which is, again, we feel pretty special. And like even here, source name, I'm going to name this Jimmy. And then if I come back here, Jimmy. So all very fast, very simple control. And that is the Apex Cinema Hub. So, any questions, anybody?
Yeah, can you run down the list of the DCI servers that it supports again?
The servers that we support, Joel?
Yeah.
Dolby IMS 3K, Barco Alchemy, Quantum QMS, their media block, and GTD. Those are the ones we have support for now. Adding support for others, if they're, or I guess the only other option there would be NEC, right? Or Christie, I suppose. And that's actually, we're doing a Christie today. So should be hopefully just fine. Is there anything from that list that we're missing?
No, Christie was the one that I didn't hear, obviously. And I just want to make sure you said play, pause, stop, and resume, but no fast forward or rewind at the moment, right?
No, we do. We have full slider control. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yep, that's all built in. So just the simple slider, just like on Kaleidoscape, rewind, fast forward.
Got it. And for the Kaleidoscape, it looks like there is a text search field for the Kaleidoscape as well.
Yeah, right here.
And who is responsible for maintaining the integrations with these devices? I'm not so much worried about Kaleidoscape because that's pretty stable. I'll change it. But the Apple TV and the Fire TV, as those firmware updates happen, things break, and we need to let our clients know how that's going to be managed.
So we manage that all with our software partner, Control Envy. They have been around for over a decade. They're our partner for both the Cinema Hub and the Power Hub. They have their own set of clients from all the years, right? So they have to support this for a lot of people, not just a Cinema Hub, right? Which is important to understand. And also, this for us is we feel this is a absolute game changer for their business, because this gets them out of their very custom sandbox, right? And then we can do things faster, more easily, more nimble. And I don't see any major issues, but there'll always be something, right, in the field, right? Apple will break something. So I'm sure something will happen somewhere with these big companies doing things without communicating out to their partners for this, but we'll stay on top of it as best we can. The nice thing, I will add, they are a team of 8, and so they're very nimble, and we make changes very quickly.
Great. Okay. So, sorry, one more thing. Like the integration on the, it looks like we have services here, direct links. So these are deep links inside the Apple TV.
Yep, that is correct.
Okay. So does that pull up like account authentication on the screen? If, like, for whatever reason, Max it sometimes just logs out for some of our clients. Like, I'm trying to figure out how they know that. If it's a deep link of a movie, right, and they press, I don't know, Blade Runner 2049, and that's on the. It actually brings up a better question. Does this show content that is available in streaming services, or is this only showing content that's on the Kaleidoscape?
Today we only show content that's on Kscape because of the deep integration that we have. That actually came up yesterday. Vince asked that question yesterday. He was like, "Hey, it'd be awesome to see what we were playing." So I already dropped that to the team, and they're looking into it.
Okay. And then I'm thinking of one client in particular here. They have a Savant system is going to be running the majority of the house. What type of level of integration do we have there at this point?
That is a question for the software team. I can get Chris to answer that for you, Joel, so we can do a one-on-one with him. I think you'd appreciate speaking with him. I don't know. I don't believe we have any native integration with Savant right now. Crestron, absolutely. Savant, I don't know.
Okay. And then from a licensing standpoint, is this a one-time pay with the box, or is this a monthly, quarterly, yearly subscription that needs to come along with this?
So we sell this just as a standalone product, as is, and it sells for $5,000 retail without DCI server integration. And if you want the DCI integration, it sells for $10,000 retail.
Got it. So one-time fee.
One-time fee. That is correct, sir.
Hey, Ryan, can you please explain the relationship to the Power Hub again?
Sure. Our software provider, Control Envy, is the same company that makes both. So they make both the Power Hub for us and the Cinema Hub. We have some pretty exciting long-term plans for this platform. So I'm not going to get into that today because it's all still vaporware, but the integration between the two of them is pretty special, right? So if I come up to, here's our portal with devices that I have visibility to access. So here's diving into my showroom right now. And so you can see a familiar look here, right? So familiar theme, right? So here, look, Control NV, right? So doing the control side, here's the Apex Power Hub. So same team, right? And the nice thing is we support both wholeheartedly, and we do see a vision of having all of these kind of under one umbrella or one product, if that makes sense. But we're nowhere near there. Nowhere near there yet.
Okay. Yeah, just wanted to be sure, but that is cool to know that the potential could be on the horizon.
Yep. No, we have a plan and a vision for where this is going to go, because the Power Hub has been amazingly well received, and we keep improving this and moving on. The Cinema Hub is designed to be very simple, right? So just single room control. And to be clear with everybody, we have no ambition of controlling a whole house here. That's not where we would add any value. We add value to the special room in the house, right? So we're not looking at doing whole house control. Absolutely not a thing. I don't want that in my life. and plus, I personally believe we're going to see a lot of that change. I mean, we have all seen it change, right? I mean, at Cedia, we launched the Meridian 121. Game changer, just HDMI eARC CEC control for Meridian loudspeakers, right? And I've been running it at home for 2 months in our living room. Took the control system we had and chucked it in the bin. It is gone. And my wife has never been more happy to use that interface, but we don't watch movies there, right? We're just watching one source, Apple TV and YouTube and various other things. So it's not applicable here in the theater. This is what we use. It's brilliant.
Hey, Ryan, has the Cinema Hub or the Power Hub won any awards recently?
Well, yes, we have, Vince. Thank you. Good question. Very nice. Yes, we were very flattered at Cedia to win quite a few awards. So we won two for both, actually, 2 for the Cinema Hub and 2 for the Power Hub. So thank you, Vince. Nice question. Put them all on display yesterday in the office here.
Is there a handheld that can be used along with this?
Sure, actually, you can use the Ava. So we do support the Ava remote with just the display currently. We have the prototype from them, or not the prototype, sorry. They sent us a remote with the buttons to develop that, and the team is working on it. It's quite interesting what they do, because it's actually running 2 different apps at once, one for the main screen and one for the touch buttons.
Interesting.
Yep. So the team is working on that. I don't have a date, but yes, you can do a simple handheld. I tell you, I've been using my phone for all my demos here, which is currently, you're looking at, it's the theater, right? It's sitting in the theater showing you the screen, but it works really easy because you can save this and install this. Like if I just go to the IP locally, I can install it as a web app. So it shows up right on my home screen, Cinema, boom, hit that. And it's the same exact experience. That is what I use now for the theater. All right, everybody. Any other questions?
What's in the box total? I place an order. Let's say I get it with the DCI option. I get the full kit and caboodle. What comes in the box?
You get the Apex Cinema Hub, right? It's a little server device, a power cord, and you get our unconditional love and support.
Love it.
Now, I do want to show you something, Zach. Everybody is going to be required to fill this out. So if, and I just started working on this because we've done a few, and I want to make sure that we're able to correctly capture all the data so we can have successful deployments. So the DCI systems right now, everything comes with handheld, white glove, if you will, quote unquote, install support. So what we would ask you to do is fill this form out. It'll be posted on our website today. And you just fill out the data, right? Who you are, your contact information, targeted installation date, and then we need information on what's in the job. You know, Barco, DCI server, consumer sources, so yeah, Adobe processor, right, so on and so forth. Keep separate DSP, just so we can make sure that we captured all the data and deployment can go nice and smooth. So that'll be, like I said, posting that on the website today, so you can have easy click-to access to get us engaged with you on potential projects. We've done quite a few now, actually, and there's just been a lot of back and forth on what's in the system, and you know, we just want to make sure we manage expectations for deployment nice and easy, and everything goes smooth. So we have 1 job site visit, not 2. All right. Anybody else? This is all I had to do today, so I'm going to go back in the theater and watch F1.